The newest addition to the Processors channel, Meat and Poultry Perspectives, is the latest video series produced by Meat and Poultry magazine. In each bi-weekly segment, we'll bring online subscribers video-based exclusive interviews with industry icons and subject matter experts. Now listen as Dr. Grandin discusses some of the hottest trends and technologies in the animal welfare arena.
One of the problems you got with certain people in ag is they're so far inside the box they don't know the box exists. When I went out to Hollywood, we had this big fancy press conference, and it was, you'd think the entertainment press would want to ask about the movie. No, they didn't want to ask about the movie. They were asking curiosity questions about the cattle industry. What is a feedlot? What is a CAFO? How do slaughterhouses work? They were not attacking, they were just curious. They just wanted to know how stuff worked. And the moderator had to cut it off, or they wouldn't have gotten any movie questions for the producer that was also there on the panel with me. You know, the public is just curious. We've got to communicate with the general public, not activist groups, general public, that just are so far removed from agriculture. But I think one of the reasons why some people in the cities are getting into all the grass-fed beef and things like that is I think there's a hunger to get back to the land. You know, I think that's one of the things that drives the local food movement. And I've had a really good reaction to the Temple Grandin beef plant video on YouTube. And people look at that and they go, oh, I didn't know it could be done that well. You got to just show what we do, change some things that may need changing. You know, I told my story about being a person with autism, but it also showed my cattle work. I love the fact they actually recreated one of my handling facilities, and the cattle going through the curved handling facility was real cattle in real equipment. They just filmed that with a big cherry picker. Well, what they did with the robotic cattle was, that was for the drowning. When the cow drowned, because they changed my design and the cow drowned. So what they did is they had a real cattle going through, and then they just dunked the robotic cow in a horse therapy vat and drowned him in that. And that's just done with editing. But the scenes of the cattle going through the dip vat and going through the handling facility, that's all real. Squeeze chute in that was real. You know, it showed actual real cattle handling. And, you know, we got to show stuff. Also, my life's gotten a lot busier since the movie. I've done a lot of talks to universities where I have talked to, you know, just general students. Talked about agriculture, talked about autism. I just was out at Silicon Valley at a conference called the Singularity Conference. It was kind of a tech conference about the future, and I talked about a lot of the kids that are kind of quirky and different. And tech industry needs to reach out to them and get them into good things. I've seen a lot of kids that are quirky and different get into FFA, get into 4-H. Those are absolutely great activities. I think it's horrible that a state like Illinois cut the funding off for FFA. That's terrible. Well, maybe the ag industry needs to step up to the plate and work on refunding that. It's very rewarding when I have parents come up to me and say, well, my child saw that movie and that's inspired him to succeed. Or I get an email from a 6th grader that's seen the movie. He's being bullied and teased in class and he's going, well, that movie has inspired me to succeed. That's been the most rewarding thing.